what red flags should you avoid when you are actually out there dating? Because that is definitely a big topic, because it's not just about red flags in, am I going to be successful in my relationship? Is this person a good fit for me? We've actually honestly dealt with people who have been scammed out of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars by people who are out there without the best intentions. Because that is one of the dangers of going out there with online dating, is you don't actually know who you're talking to. So that's also one of the big things to look for, is how do you know if you're going to be scammed? And one of the biggest ones, if you get asked for money, you're getting scammed. Never, ever, ever give someone money. If they want money, they don't want you. Just stop for a second and take that in. Please, this is a very important message. If someone asks you for money, I don't give a shit what the reason is. They are not in it for the right reasons.
Online dating on an online dating site.
Yes, 100%. If you have not been in a relationship with a person for a long period of time and they have earned the right to ask you for a little bit of money, which, there might be reasons for it. But unless that's the case, if you are doing online dating, even if you've met the person a time or two, though most of this scamming does tend to happen where you never even meet the person. And we've heard of people who have been dating someone online, even having phone conversations. It's not always just text, for weeks at a time, months at a time. Yeah, some people 3 months. We've had some people literally they put in a lot of effort and they do it for 6 months' time. And then they get a little bit of money, they might only ask for a couple $100, just do this the first time, or $1,000 for this because their kid just got sick, or this or that. It doesn't matter what the reasons are, ladies. If someone is asking you for money, please do not give it to them. That is a massive red flag. It's the biggest one out there. So please if you're listening to this, don't ever give someone money during online dating. If you are looking for a committed relationship, let's go down that track first, because the looking for a committed relationship and looking to just have a bit of fun, two very different criteria, right? You can be a lot more open with the just want to have some fun than you need to be if you're going after someone who is committed. So Fee, what red flags did you look for, and what do we advise people to avoid when dating?
Some of the red flags that you will see is guys who are asking they're saying that they're not committed. They're saying that they don't want a long-term relationship. If that's not what you want, then believe them, ladies. Most men are honest. Most men will actually, if you are listening, but the problem is most ladies don't want to listen to what is actually being said. They actually hear it as what they want it to be. And they think subconsciously, not at the top of their, it's not coming a conscious thought, it's subconscious. But what they often think is that, I'll get into a relationship, then he'll see how good I am, and then, he'll fall in love with me. But if a man's saying that he doesn't want to be in a relationship or he's not ready for a relationship, believe him. He's not ready. Move on. Second thing is, if they are pulling back, that's what pulling back is, or ghosting you. Someone who just doesn't reply and, you're sitting there fretting on watching your mobile phone. All of that behaviour is low value behaviour, ladies.
I would just put a caveat there. There's a difference between a guy, because it's two polar opposites. There's a guy who doesn't respond quickly, could be a very high value man, right? And you're expecting him to respond straight away. But a high value man is probably busy, so they probably won't respond straight away. But if a guy doesn't message you for days on end, or especially if they're responding very, very quickly and then don't respond for days, that's a very, very clear sign that they've lost interest. Don't think that if a guy doesn't respond to you within 5 minutes or half an hour, that means they're not interested, because they might just be busy. So often you need to look at how you're showing up and what you're expecting, because that can be sometimes the internal drama you've got to work on a little bit.
Yeah. So I was actually meaning where someone has been in communication and they're pulling back. So usually that means that they're uncertain and that they probably are losing interest. If you're emotionally healthy, you will have already worked out if that person's a good match for you or not. And then if they are starting to ghost you or moving back, if you can't have a conversation with them where you can be honest and open, but emotionally listening to what they're saying and not being hurt or offended by it, then that's a healthy relationship to be able to have. If you can't connect at that level, we're probably not ready to be there anyway.
The most important thing about red flags is you need to first figure out what you want and what your red flags are. and then be very clear and be logical when you go out there, rather than emotional, rather than just wearing your heart on your sleeve and allowing everybody to trample over top of it. You need to first be a little bit wary, open but wary. So you're allowing them in to a certain extent. You're having some fun with them. You're joking around with them. You're not being harsh walls and putting your bitch face on. You're having some fun with them. But at the same time, you're not giving everything of yourself, especially to start with. So the key thing is protect yourself, but be open. And most importantly, be open to learning more about yourself, to understanding more about yourself and why you do what you do and why you've gotten the results you've got in your life. And then be open to learning some new skills and new tools. There's lots of information out there. We provide a lot of free information, but the most important thing is you have to be responsible.
What I want to encourage you to do is to do your work so you know that you deserve amazing, and then you will bring it into your life. So